Forget everything you think you know about Meghan Markle's Instagram. It's not a lifestyle blog. It's not a family album. It's a battle plan. Every post, every picture, every carefully chosen timestamp is a calculated move in an invisible war for public opinion. A war that is entering its final, decisive phase after the public failure of her Spotify deal and the global earthquake caused by Prince Harry's memoir. A new analysis now reveals what experts are calling Meghan's cunning endgame, a plan designed not just to save her image, but to build a global billion-dollar empire on the ruins of her royal past. Today, we are dissecting this plan down to the smallest detail. We will uncover the secret connection between her old blog, The Tig, and her new luxury brand. We will analyze why showing her children is both her most powerful and most controversial weapon. And we will answer the question, is this all a brilliant PR coup or a desperate attempt to regain control before it's too late? Stay tuned, because the truth behind the glossy pictures is far more shocking than you could ever imagine. The first move in Meghan's new game is a clear declaration of war on her critics in Great Britain. As brand expert Nick Eade revealed to The Express, the timing of her post is no accident, it's a weapon. A Father's Day video for Prince Harry, published when most of the UK was asleep but during prime time for the American audience. Eade states it unequivocally. Meghan and her team know that her value is not in the UK anymore and that it lies in the USA. This is more than just an observation. It's a strategic surrender on one front to win the war on another. She has deliberately abandoned the British media battlefield where she has been under attack for years. Instead, she's creating her own battlefield, a battlefield where she dictates the rules, and the most important rule is absolute narrative control. And this is where her most powerful weapon comes into play: Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. For years, their faces were guarded like a state secret. Suddenly, we see them more clearly than ever. A coincidence? No. Eade calls it a strategy to break the internet. It's a brilliant and at the same time ice-cold tactic. By releasing these images herself, she robs the paparazzi of their most valuable asset. She satisfies public curiosity on her own terms, framing the pictures in a narrative of perfect family bliss. Anyone who criticizes these pictures is criticizing a loving mother. It's a masterful shield. But to understand where she's going with this, we have to look back to the original draft of her power. Long before she was a duchess, Meghan Markle was the architect of her own little world, The Tig. This blog was more than just a hobby. It was her blueprint, a place where she found her voice and built a loyal community that followed her not for a title, but for her personality. She wrote about wine, travel, and social causes. She was the relatable best friend with impeccable taste. She had control. She was the brand. In April 2017, she had to give up this world. She hit the delete button, sacrificing her own platform to join the monarchy, an exchange of authentic, self-made power for inherited, institutional power. A trade that, as we now know, she must have deeply regretted. Her new project, as ever, isn't just the rebirth of the Tig. It's the revenge of the Tig. It's the same plan, but this time with unlimited resources and global fame. The limited edition strawberry jam sent to 50 hand-picked influencers wasn't a product launch. It was a demonstration of power, a message that says, I decide what's exclusive, I decide who belongs. The Instagram posts of her idyllic life in Montecito are the advertising campaign for this empire. Each post is a carefully produced chapter in the story of a woman who had it all, lost it, and is now taking it back. Bigger, more expensive, and 100% under her control. But why this aggressive push right now? Because her previous attempts to tell her story brought her to the brink of abyss. Meghan's escape into total Instagram control is a direct consequence of two catastrophic experiences. First, the Spotify debacle. The $20 million deal was supposed to secure her dominance in the audio space. Her podcast, Archetypes, was briefly successful, but behind the scenes, the project collapsed. When the deal fell apart, public humiliation followed. A senior Spotify executive called her and Harry f***ing grifters live on his podcast. The lesson was brutal. Even with a multi-million-dollar contract, you are just a guest in someone else's house, and they can kick you out at any time. Second, the spare bomb. Prince Harry's memoir was a commercial tsunami. The book sold millions of copies, but it was a Pyrrhic victory. The price for this radical honesty was the destruction of the last bridges to the royal family and a dramatic drop in their popularity ratings, especially in the UK. The public had had enough of their pain, whether justified or not. The lesson here? Even if you tell your truth, it doesn't mean people want to hear it. A failed podcast, a book that left so much scorched earth, there's hardly anything left to say. So, what's left? Only the most direct path. The only channel that no one can censor, no one can cancel, and no one can misinterpret. Her own Instagram feed. It's her last fortress. But what is the real goal of this fight? Let's not fool ourselves. This isn't about jam. This is about building an empire. As Ever is just the first visible spearhead of a much larger vision. The goal is to create a global lifestyle and media brand that can compete with Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, a company valued at over $250 million today. Every photo of Meghan in the garden, every video of Harry playing with the children is content that increases the value of this brand. It's the perfect fusion of the personal and the commercial. But here lurks the authenticity trap. And this is the point where her entire plan could collapse. The strategy relies on the illusion of authenticity. We are meant to believe we are getting a real glimpse into her life. But can a life be real when every moment is a potential marketing post? When every laugh, every hug, every homemade jam serves to sell a product? Her critics say it's nothing more than a cynical cash grab, an attempt to monetize her royal status after all other avenues have failed. Her supporters see it as the liberation of a woman who is finally living her own life. The truth is likely somewhere in the middle, and it is precisely this conflict that makes her story so incredibly compelling. We are witnessing in real time her attempt to square the circle, to build an authentic brand based on a staged reality. So, what we are seeing on Meghan Markle's Instagram is far more than just social media. It's the live broadcast of one of the most audacious rebranding experiments of our time. It is the attempt to build a commercial dynasty from the rubble of a royal drama, a strategy that is simultaneously brilliant, ruthless, inspiring, and deeply calculated. She has given up the fight with the old world of palaces and traditional media and is now trying to win the war in the new world of clicks, likes, and followers. This time, she's not fighting for a title or the favor of a queen. She's fighting for market share. The ultimate question that will decide the success or failure of her entire plan is, can you sell authenticity? And if so, at what price? Write your opinion in the comments. Is this the brilliant move of a modern businesswoman or the last desperate attempt to stay relevant? Join the discussion.